Well, this was a tough year for him, and I think physically a lot of it had to do with, first he had the bad knee early in the season, which I thought really affected him, because any good hitter with a power hitter, the base is their legs, that's where they get a lot of their power from, and he really was not doing that early in the season. Then he had the wrist thing came on, and that I think was a major problem for him. And as that was getting better, his legs were getting stronger, but I think that was on his mind all season long. And so he never really got into a groove because of injuries the way that we have seen in the past. Now, is he finished? Absolutely not. Did he miss Manny Ramirez behind him? Yes, he did. That was a security blanket for many years here. But I think it was more physical things he was going through than Manny hitting behind him, the second half of the season. And then, when you're not having success, the way he's accustomed to having success, the game-winning home runs, those things start to weigh on you. When you're not producing, it starts to bother you. He's another guy that I think is going to enjoy this time away from it, because I think it's been a very grueling, grinding season for him. Somebody tell me about it, and so I walked up to him, and over in Texas, we were in the lobby, and I said, hey, I understand you ripped me. And then he started to explain what happened. He says, like, the people yelling at him in Yankee Stadium, which happens all the time. And he was very apologetic. He says, no, that's not what I meant. Dustin, I said, I can care less what you say. Just play baseball, So, and then he does that very well. So, there's absolutely no animosity there at all. He's one of those guys that reminds me a little bit of myself, because he had to fight for everything he's got. Too small, you can't do this, you can't do that. You get tired of hearing all that stuff. You have this chip on your shoulder that you want to prove everybody wrong. And that's what he does. He has a chip, and he wants to prove to everybody in baseball that, they're wrong. I think that every time he takes the field, he wants to be better than the other second baseman he's playing against. That's a good way to approach things. He went from a guy that looked like he couldn't play in the big leagues to a guy who could be the MVP of the league.